Hi guys, Al DeMarco here along with Steve Budin. Listen, there's something here at the site that you've probably looked at thousands of times, but I'll bet you most of you haven't clicked on it yet, and you're missing a great way to save money and get the best bets of the top handicappers at a discounted rate, and that is the Flexi Pass. And it's kind of unique. I think it's the only thing in this business that gives you an option of jumping from handicapper to handicapper, trying to catch the wave, to try to catch the big play as they come out. Because with the Flexi Pass, guys, you don't have to make a long-term commitment to any one handicapper. Instead, let's say you buy a 2-handicapper, 7-day handicapper Flexi Pass. You get to choose each one of those days which 2 handicappers you want the plays of. So today, for example, they might want my play and your play, maybe my play and Craig Davis's play. It's your option, but you're locked in at the price. You save a lot of money.
I remember when I came up with this concept like 6 years ago, I was in Disney World at the time, and they offered me that, Flexi Pass to be able to go, a park hopper they called it, from one park to the other, see the fireworks at this park, see the parade at this park. And that's when it dawned on me, this would be perfect for our business. Because in our business, the cappers, like the players themselves, are all very streaky. And that's why trusting the site is so important. And the fact that you can trust our records is so important. If you buy one handicapper for 30 days, well, he's going to go up, he's going to go down, and you're going to ride along with him. If you buy that same Flexi Pass for 30 days, you get to determine every day who you follow, so you can always follow the hot guy. It's a great strategy for winning.
And you can buy for 1 handicapper, 2, 3, 4 handicappers. You can buy the 1 handicapper 30-day Flexi Pass, and 30 days you can make a change of handicappers every single day. I'll tell you what a lot of guys do. They do make a commitment to one particular handicapper because, yes, everybody's streaky, but over the long term they produce a profit. But they buy a committed package from one guy, a 30-day package.
Usually right after he's hot.
Right, exactly. And they'll ride him, but then they come in and they use the Flexi Pass to cherry pick for other big plays. And here's the beautiful thing. If your play's $99 or if my play is $79, it has no effect on the Flexi Pass, guys. You're locked in at a huge discounted rate, and it doesn't matter how much the price of the individual play is that you're purchasing.
It gives you, the player, the flexibility within our system to be able to win.
So check it out, the Flexi Pass, all the details, click on the link, and you'll get it. Win money, save money at the same time. Good luck, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to the Countdown to Kickoff show. Al DeMarco along with Steve Budin, and we are joined once again via video conference with handicapper Trace Adams out of Atlanta. How you doing, Trace?
I'm great today. How are you guys doing?
Hey, not as good as you have been doing, I have to say, on Sundays. I mean, let me give you the shameless self-promotion plug since you're not going to do it yourself. You've won 6 of the last 7 Sundays, and your pay after your win plays, which are on an overall run of 37 and 16. You've hit your pay after your win play 7 straight Sundays. Great call. Doubted you last week, but last Sunday, great call. Seattle getting the job done easily on the road against St. Louis. And again, with pay after you win plays with Trace Adams, guys, a unique thing. If he doesn't win, you don't pay. Ain't nothing more fair than that in this business. Trace, first game you wanted to talk about today is Houston and Jacksonville. Of course, all the focus in this game is how Houston is going to perform with Matt Schaub out, with Matt Leinart making his first start for the Texans here coming in. I think they have one advantage here. They're coming off a bye, so they've had a little time to prep with a new quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you forgot to mention 2 out of 3 with the free selections on the show last week as well. But anyway, one of the freebies I gave you last week was Jacksonville and Cleveland under. And Jacksonville has been my under team. I'm not going to stray this week, especially with Matt Leinart making his first start for Houston. That Texans defense is going to have to do the job. They've allowed only 10.5 points per game their last 4 games. Meanwhile, Jacksonville, 13 points per game their last 5 games, and they're now under 9 of their 10 games this year. And their offense, the Jags' offense, 17 points scored or less in 9 of their 10 games. Not surprisingly, they've been under in 9 of those 10. So let's look for another low one here. I'm going to go under in the Texans and Jags.
Certainly Blaine Gabbert has certainly struggled here in terms of getting any offense going. Not much period in the first meeting. In fact, Gabbert 10 of 30 for 97 yards and 2 interceptions. And in that game, I think Houston used the same recipe for success they're going to use today. They ran the ball relentlessly. They won it 24-14 playing at home October 30th, and it was really the ground game with Arian Foster and Ben Tate doing the damage, 39 carries, 156 total yards. I don't see why anything should change here today. I think the odds makers, in fact, have made this line one of the biggest jokes on the board. I think Houston minus 3.5 is a gift from God.
Jacksonville, to me, is complete garbage. 12.5 points a game. I've been saying it the whole year. If you just bet against them every week, you do pretty well. I don't think you need a big recipe to beat them. Matt Schaub out, Matt Leinart in. Hey, Trace, how many quarterbacks in the NFL named Matt? I don't know one person named Matt in my entire life. The only Matt I know is at my front door. Yet everyone I know named Matt is now a quarterback in the NFL. I don't care which Matt plays. I'm going with Houston here, laying the points.
Okay. Next game we're going to go turn to is Tennessee and Tampa Bay. You really like these dog games on the board, so I'll turn it over to you. Who do you like here, Trace?
Well, you forgot Matt Ryan and Matt Flynn, the backup for the Packers as well there with all your Matts.
It's ridiculous.
It is. It's out of control. Anyway, Tampa Bay, Tennessee. I'm going to look for Tennessee to rebound from their performance at Atlanta. They showed some life late in that game, although they did fail. And Tampa Bay, to me, I think they emptied the gas tank trying to beat the Packers last week. Now, they didn't win, but they did cover. But they were getting double digits in that one. They've lost 4 in a row now and 5 of 6. And when they're a single-digit underdog, they're just 2 and 4 this year. I'm going to take the Titans on their home field to bounce back and get the win and the cover over the beleaguered Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think that's a good point you brought up about the Buccaneers. I mean, they played their hearts out, almost gave Packers a scare in their first loss of the season. I don't see how they rebound here. They've failed to cover 3 of their last 4 on the road. Of course, you know, Tennessee, we look at that final score, 23-17 last week at Atlanta. But remember, when Matt Hasselbeck went out with that elbow injury and Jake Locker came in, Tennessee was down 23-3 at that time. And yet still, I think the Titans minus the field goal at home is the way to go.
Yeah, Tampa Bay just had a really tough schedule, out of the country, back, lost their last 4 against very good teams. I don't see how they muster it up. I'm going with Tennessee also.
And the last one you wanted to touch on was Denver and San Diego. I told you guys last week here on the show, the Chargers, I was through with them. As a matter of fact, I used the Bears as a free pick on my daily video report, of which, FYI, Trace Adams has one, just like me, on our sites every single day. Tim Tebow, what can you say, 4-1 as a starter, could not rally the team coming off the bench to replace Kyle Orton in the first go-round. And this has been a series that has been dominated by the Chargers. I believe they've won and covered 4 straight. Lay it with San Diego, or does Tebow work his magic once more?
Well, like you, last week I said I'm off the Chargers as well, and I'm certainly off them laying points here. Like you said, their last win was October 9th when they beat the Denver team 29-24 with Tebow rallying. Hey, I'm a believer in Tebow. It's not pretty, but it's effective. You can't argue the results. 4 of 5 straight up and against the spread now since he's been in. And, of course, Phillip Rivers, I'm thinking Matt Rivers, but Phillip Rivers.
His name should be Matt.
Struggle with throwing interceptions, so I don't see how you can back the Chargers here. I think you've got to take the points and go with the Broncos.
I mean, Rivers, 17 interceptions. Mr. Turnover, he owns that title in the league this year. 21 turnovers he's personally responsible for.
Don't you feel like San Diego's just quit on their coach? I mean, look, Elway came out the other day earlier in the week and said they still haven't found their quarterback. To me, he's just motivating Tebow, because it's obvious at this point, the more you get down on Tebow, the more he wins. I love Tebow in Denver, but only when they're in a position to play a team that they can win. I think San Diego, a team that they can beat. I think San Diego is one of those teams that they can beat. I like Denver here. Going on the Tebow train one more time.
Listen, the Chargers can't stop the run. They can't put pressure on opposing quarterbacks. And no one has been able to stop the triple option because, you know, people look at that and say, oh, it's a college offense. Yeah, but the problem is this is the NFL.
Right. And
defensive coordinators and the players in the league are not accustomed to playing against that triple option. No different in college football when a team plays like Georgia Tech or Army, for example. They're just not accustomed to seeing that type of offense. They have a hard time defending against it. So I think this could be a 3 or 4 point game. I'm with you. I would go with the Broncos. Hey, Trace, thanks for joining us again. Trace Adams, 6 of 7 winning Sundays.
In Trace we trust.
And Trace we trust. There you go. 7 straight pay after you win.
Double thumbs up, baby.
7 straight pay after you win winners as well, and his latest is available. And again, Trace has a daily video report where he gives you a free play and in-depth analysis every single day like I do on the site, and no purchase necessary, no registration required to check it out. We will be back with more games here as we continue to count down the kickoff. That's the show's name. DeMarco here with Steve Budin, and we'll be joining you once again in just a moment.